this side of Pierce. All right? Okay, now remember, we're going to break down. Stand it up, ready? Okay. Ready? Break! Ah! Hi, my name is Ed Hubbard. I am a volunteer with the YMCA Challenger program. So my son Andrew had a traumatic brain injury when he was 6 years old. We're a family of sports people. Andrew was a guy that he had on, ESPN in the mornings before milk hit his cereal. And so even as a 6-year-old, his whole world revolved around sports. And so he had a traumatic brain injury at the end of baseball season when he was 6. And spent the next 2 years really, in outpatient rehabilitation, learning how to walk, talk, eat, do things that most kids would do, their normal lives. And so we were looking for a way for him to, be able to participate, in sporting events. Baseball is his favorite, always has been, always will be. And so while he was doing his outpatient rehabilitation, we heard about the Challenger program that literally had just been formed. And so we reached out to the YMCA, found that they were looking for athletes, for volunteers to come out. And so we were there the very first baseball game that was ever played for Challenger. And Andrew's experience with that was wonderful. I coached his team, and it was just like that last year of baseball before his accident. So watching the joy on his face, hitting the ball, running the bases, fielding it, throwing it to first, it was wonderful. It was watching the joy in his face was amazing.
Hi, I'm Reagan Schur. I'm the Senior Director for Adaptive Programs at the YMCA of Greater Kansas City. The YMCA Challenger program is for individuals with special needs, and we use volunteers to support them as they participate. So the great thing about Challenger is we can say yes to a whole lot of people, kids, families, and that way everyone has a chance to be on a team, play the sport, learn the skills, and also have a lot of fun. The volunteer helps keep them safe, helps maybe demonstrate or give them special care as they play, or just to define maybe some understanding of what's going on with the practice or game. And sometimes it's just to tell jokes, have some fun on this side, different ways to engage. And so it's different in that we are learning the sport, but it's highly social, and we're learning a lot of skills, social skills, and interactions in a safe place.
Our family's experience, really with the first Challenger baseball game that we attended, and really even through today, as our whole family is volunteering still. The Challenger athletes, they don't want anything different than any other athlete that gets to go out and play a sport. They want to go out and play a sport. They want to be part of a team. They want to experience teamwork. They want to experience the camaraderie, build the friends. And the Challenger program really allows these athletes, these children to experience that. They get to go out there and they get to be a part of a team. They learn life lessons about what it's like to have teammates, what it's like to have teamwork, right? It's not just one person doing something. It's multiple people that are working towards the same goal. And seeing that in those athletes, seeing that in the buddies and in the volunteers, maybe even more so in the families, seeing their children be able to participate in those types of activities is amazing. And so for me, we saw that day one, first baseball game we ever went to for Challenger, and we still see that today.
Volunteers like the Hubbard family are priceless. It really speaks to the participants and the families that we have a high retention for volunteers. The Hubbards have been with us really since the beginning. They precede me, which isn't a huge thing, except I've been here about 16 years, so they lead me a lot. It's so important to have stability with one's work and home and job and at play. And the families come back because of volunteers and coaches like Ed. And I could name 20 others that join him or have been taught and led by him on the field, as well as those kids. So not only are we finding a safe, welcoming environment for our athletes and families, but other volunteers as they learn and progress through the program and through the years as well.
The Challenger program has meant so much to us over the years. It's just a no-brainer for us to continue to volunteer. The Challenger helped us during a really tough time in our family, helped us really get through some of those tough times. One of the main reasons we were able to get through, both Andrew personally and us as a family. So we continue to volunteer because we want to give back to the program that was so helpful to us, during that point in time. And honestly still is that meaningful to us. Because of that experience, we know how much the Challenger family also means, or the Challenger program really means to other families as well. A lot of the Challenger families don't get a lot of opportunity for that type of experience to occur. And so while it's wonderful watching the Challenger athletes participate in baseball or bowling or whatever activity is going on at the time, one of my favorite things is to be able to watch their families. They get to show up. They get to trust their children with a group of people that they know have their children's best interests at heart. Watching the light bulb go off in those kids' heads when they say, "Oh, that's why you're teaching me the pick and roll," or "That's why you want me to engage in a block like that," or love those opportunities and those experiences. It pales in comparison to watching the enjoyment and just the pure joy that the Challenger kids get. That goes along with the Challenger buddies, the volunteers as well. The joy that they receive, the joy that they get out of knowing that they're making a difference in other people's lives is wonderful. So why do I keep coming out to the Challenger program? Lots of reasons.
Something that I have learned from the Challenger program is that 1 hour a week for 5 or 6 weeks when we're playing a sport can bring so much to the lives of our volunteers and our families and that athlete. But through the years and forming relationships, I have absolutely learned just how much that really means to a family. When they come to Challenger, the folks can know and trust that their kids are being taken care of, exercising, being thoughtfully led through the program, while they can talk about their day, their birthday parties, school, therapists, doctors, pharmacies. And I've learned that the 1 hour kind of means something different in a way to the family as well. The athletes come in, chest out, ready to play, rocking it on the field, and the parents are, watching them play, but they also can maybe exhale a little bit. And boy, do they need it sometimes, right? But I find myself that I'm always learning from all of those pieces, especially the athlete. And I'm just thankful for that.
The YMCA Challenger program offers a unique opportunity for either volunteers or for Challenger athletes and families that they won't get anywhere else. The opportunity to impact an athlete's life or an athlete's family's life doesn't come like this in other places. You can coach typical kid sports teams. You can volunteer to run the concession stand. You can do things like that. Trust me, all things that we did, across every sport our kids ever played. But the Challenger program and the growth that Challenger kids, Challenger families, or the volunteers themselves achieve because of their participation in this program is unlike anything else I have ever been a part of, and would encourage anybody who has a special needs child, anybody who's interested in possibly coming out to help the program, help a Challenger athlete learn how to play baseball, learn life lessons. Would love to see somebody, anybody come out and help us out.